If you're a tarot beginner, I have found the absolute best tarot deck for you. So I might be a little bit biased, but look, it has got the tarot card meanings printed right on the cards. So easy. Let me tell you a little bit more about it. So I'm Angie Green from The Simple Tarot, and I'm the creator of the Simple Tarot deck. But the Simple Tarot is all about helping you learn how to read tarot cards so that you can then use them for creativity, personal development, self-care, whatever you want. Today, I'm going to walk you through the entire Simple Tarot Deck Starter Kit, which is really honestly, the best tarot deck for beginners because it's color-coded and it has the keywords and tarot card meanings printed right on the cards. So easy, so genius. So you can find out a little bit more about it here, or you can watch as I unbox this beauty and go over the cards one by one. So, this is the Simple Tarot Deck Starter Kit in the plastic box. This is for beginners because it does have those card meanings printed right on the cards, and the starter kit does come with a cheat sheet. But it's also for anyone who wants to read the cards easily. So this is not necessarily a great deck for reading deeply, but it does give you very clear, simple, and actionable advice. So if that's what you're looking for, and sometimes don't we all just want that easy button, this deck might be a good option for you as well. So I created this deck. I'm Angie Green from The Simple Tarot, and the deck was created in 2018. It was kickstarted in October 2018 and has been selling ever since. So what's really special about it is these 78 color-coded tarot cards are based on the Rider-Waite-Smith tradition, and they follow the Rider-Waite-Smith traditional meanings very closely. They also use a lot of the same symbols that the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith deck uses. So if you found it difficult to learn the tarot card meanings using that traditional deck, but you do like the Rider-Waite-Smith style, this deck might be really helpful for you because it calls out the important symbols and has those card meanings printed right on the cards. So how does this work? These cards, they shuffle so beautifully. It's really important to me that this deck gets a lot of use, and I want it to hold up for a really long time. So the cards are not waterproof or anything, but they are 310 GSM black core cardstock, which is the upgraded version for a tarot deck. They're not very thick. They're more like casino quality playing cards, but they shuffle insanely well. They're also color coded with the major arcana in white, the cups in blue, the pentacles in green, the swords in yellow, and the wands in red. And of course, as you see, they have the tarot card meanings printed right on the cards, as well as calling out some important symbols. So I have put together a review playlist of everyone else who's taken a look at the deck. So you just don't have to take my word for it. You can see what other people have thought about it. The Simple Tarot Deck Starter Kit really isn't just the tarot deck. You, of course, get the 78 card tarot deck, but you also get the tarot cheat sheet, which has all 78 cards and is like a little mini poster for your tarot journal. And you get the Simple Tarot Deck Companion Guidebook, which is about 130 some pages that shows you each of the cards one by one, with a little bit of a paragraph or two paragraphs of information about each card and how to read it, as well as a big section on the symbols, the numbers, and the court cards and the people behind the cards. So you'll have everything you need to get started reading right away when you have the Simple Tarot Starter Kit. So here are the 22 major arcana going through from the Fool all the way to the World. Of the major arcana, I think this is my favorite. I just love this representation of the Chariot because it just vroom, vroom, vrooms right into your tarot reading, quickly, full of power. This tarot card, the Judgment, has a special meaning for me. So this card is all about finding your true calling. And I remember the specific day when I realized I was creative and that creativity was part of my spiritual practice. And I was actually in a club in New Orleans at about 2 a.m. on Wednesday morning, Tuesday night with a bunch of friends. I was just visiting town, and it blew my mind that there were professional adults, responsible adults in the middle of the week out partying, listening to this music. Hardly anyone was drinking. They were all just dancing and having a great time. This was Rebirth Brass Band. And so this card represents to me that experience of finding my true calling in my favorite city and listening to one of the best brass bands around. So now moving on to the cups. These are color-coded blue, and they all represent that water element that represents your emotions. Here you go. Here's the Two of Cups. Everybody loves the Two of Cups. And now we have the Pentacles, which are green, which represent the earthy physical world. Ugh, doesn't this man right here look like he's in the middle of a hard job, digging or gardening or doing something, building with those pentacles? Okay, and now these are the swords, which are yellow, which represents the air element of your intellect and logic. The Ace of Swords is actually the very first card I designed in this tarot deck. It showed up in my sketchbook and got the whole thing started. It actually, in my sketchbook, it looked almost exactly as it looks like in this card as well. And finally, we have the wands, which are red to represent the fire element. The nice thing about having these color-coded cards is that if you have a lot of a similar suit show up in a tarot reading, it's very clear right away that you're very heavy on the reds or the wands or the yellows, the swords. You can see what's missing clearly, and you can see what's there very easily because they are color-coded. This is my favorite card of all time. The Four of Wands is my favorite card in the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith deck, but it's also my favorite card in this deck. I don't know why. I just love this card so much. There you go. That wraps up all of the cards. And I know how important it is when you're buying a new deck to see really each individual card, because some are going to resonate with you and some are not, as based on the images that you see on the cards. But remember, this deck is not meant to be beautiful. It's meant to be a tool so that you can learn and read tarot cards as quickly and easily as possible. If you're a tarot beginner, or if you're like me sometimes and want that easy button when you're reading your cards, this is a great deck for you. So I put up that playlist of reviews for this deck so you can see it in action and you just don't have to take my word for it. I'm pretty biased after all, but in the review videos, you're going to see previous versions of packaging from the initial Kickstarter campaign. Everything inside the package is the same. I just wanted to let you know that the exterior packaging is going to look a little different way back when. And if you're ready to get yourself a copy of your own deck, or you want to learn more, or you want to look at the individual card meanings in more detail, there's a link in the description of this video, or you can just click right here.